Fancourt Links in the Western Cape of South Africa was the venue for the Volvo Champions, the first full field event of the season. All the 2011 winners were there, as well as many tour legends, as Volvo aimed to build on last year's edition in Bahrain.
The criteria to get in is quite simple to understand. The only way to get in is to win on the tour the previous year, or if you have been fortunate enough to win more than 10 titles during your career. So it's very tough to get in.
We've staged a lot of events in our time. We've over 750 events worldwide since we were formed, and all different styles. But clearly, there should be a tournament of champions. It's kind of traditional to finish the season with your finale for the people who've performed well that year, and then start the next year with another, high-profile event.
This year's tournament welcomed 35 players, 29 of which were champions from the last year. And it was also a chance for some of the tour's past heroes to start their 2012 campaign in earnest.
Obviously, it's home for me. I've got a house down here. When I heard it was a limited field event, you play 4 rounds, it gets you into the year nicely.
It's great coming to an event like that and to see all the good players and all the winners from last year. And it's, when you've been off a bit, over the Christmas, it's just nice to get back and straight into, with great players and great cores and everything.
Just to be here is obviously it's a great feeling for me. I wouldn't have thought that was going to be possible, but it's a great thing to start the season off, 4 rounds with great players, and you couldn't really ask for more.
After the success of last year's edition in Bahrain, Volvo were keen to back the Champions event again, with the elite field aspect fitting in with their company's ethos.
We have actually always done special events. We ran the Volvo Masters, which was the ending season-ending event on the European Tour for 21 years at Valderrama, and we currently run the World Match Play, the Volvo World Match Play, which is a limited field event, and this is a limited field event.
Defending champion Paul Casey was absent through injury, but the field was headed up by home favourites such as Retief Goosen, who took time out of his preparations to give a masterclass to some of the local kids.
Volvo has been such a great sponsor over the years. I think 125 tournaments they sponsored over the years, so it's great to see. And it's nice to see them coming to South Africa. South Africa is a great country. We've got great golf courses, and we're probably playing the best golf course in the country and one of the best in the world this week.
Fancourt Links was a fitting venue for such a prestigious tournament, and having last staged a main tour event in 2005, the club was happy to welcome back the world's elite.
Having an event of this scale, which could potentially become the flagship event of the European Tour, is really a great achievement for us.
Links in style, the course's greens are its main defence, with thick rough, punishing errant approach shots. Accuracy is key.
I think it's a very demanding course with a lot of undulations around the greens, on the greens. You really have to be very accurate with your iron shots onto the green, and I think that is very demanding.
One of our legends, Gary Player, designed the course with Phil Jacobs. It's a unique golf course. They created a special course here. It's one of its kind in this country in any case. So to bring a special event like the Volvo Championships to the links at Fancourt, I think it suits itself.
Ernie Els is one of 5 honorary members at Fancourt, and the links has a number of other famous patrons who were impressed by the level of play on show.
Anything that's played at their level, which is the best, is a joy to behold. We all try to play golf and we have handicaps, and we're just choppers really. When you see the real guys come here and hit those balls straight down the fairway without any blemishes, it's something to aspire to.
Mark Vandenberg took the amateur award after a unique amateur-pro team competition on Tournament Friday, playing alongside Retief Goosen and Lee Slattery.
So we have run different versions of corporate or client golf all over the world for many, many years. It's now called the Volvo Golf Challenge, and it's run in, I think it's 26 countries, over 60,000 players.
The first 3 days showcased some glittering golf in spite of the tough layout at Fancourt. But on Sunday afternoon, it came down to 3 South Africans on the final hole. After a disappointing 2011, Ernie Els seemed to rediscover his form over the links. This chip enough to secure him the clubhouse lead alongside fellow countryman Retief Goosen. The two battled it out in a playoff at the last European Tour event to be played at Fancourt in the 2005 South Africa Open. And it was to be a shootout for the Volvo Champions title this time around, as Brandon Grace failed to sink his 5 foot of a victory in regulation play. It was a brief reprieve for Els and Goosen. But the three-way playoff didn't last long. At the second time of asking, Grace made no mistake and eclipsed two of his boyhood heroes at the first extra hole. He successfully dispatched his birdie putt to clinch a second European Tour title in the space of 2 weeks. Amazing Grace indeed. Fellow South Africans Schwartzel, Oosthuizen and Akin were also in the top 10. And there was a welcome return to form for Europe's Ryder Cup captain, Jose Maria Olazabal and Padraig Harrington.
The intention for this tournament is to move around the world and also to show that actually the European Tour is an international tour. It's not the European Tour in that sense, it's just a name. And that suits us because we do business all over the world as well.
We have big plans for this event. Volvo have very big plans for this event. I think it will grow in the future. I think prize money may well grow. I think you'll find that maybe the field will get even better going forward, and that's something, it's nice for the event to be able to evolve in the future.